In today's episode, I'm going to answer the age-old question, what do West Side Story, Star Wars, and Black Sabbath have in common?
Jazz hands!
No, it's not jazz hands.
Melodies.
Hello, my name is Jim Dooley, and welcome to the 6th episode of $1 Million Melodies. In this episode, I'll be answering the age-old question, what do West Side Story, Black Sabbath, and Star Wars have in common? They all use chord shapes to create melodies. The first time I became aware of this technique was when I analyzed Leonard Bernstein's score to West Side Story. Now, in the Mambo, there is a section that is so harmonically rich and beautiful, I had to find out how Lenny accomplished this. Let's look at the melody without the harmony.
This melody is great, but it's missing something.
Let's listen to the melody with the harmony. The harmony is so rich and beautiful, and it balances perfectly with the melody.
If you look closely at the music, you'll see that each melody note has a complete chord underneath it. In this case, it's a diminished major 7th chord. That means it's a diminished triad with a major 7th on top. The parallel movement of the chord itself is the melody.
The best part of this technique is that when you move a complete chord shape in parallel motion, it is self-balancing.
Once you have the orchestra balanced for the first chord, it will work essentially the same way as long as you don't move it around too much. In this case, the range of the melody is less than an octave, which is the perfect amount to keep it interesting, but without having to change the orchestration for any range issues.
Hans Zimmer also used the exact same chord in his score to the film Gladiator. Let's listen to a passage that the brass plays in the opening battle sequence. These are quite harmonically complex versions of this technique. Let's look at something simpler. If you've ever played any 80s or 90s guitar, you're going to be very familiar with this next example, the power chord. The power chord is a dyad, 2 notes, the root, and the perfect 5th of the major scale.
This shape, again, is a balanced chord unto itself that you can move around very easily. So many songs have been created just by moving this chord shape around as a melody. Let's look at some examples.
If you took a full major triad and moved it around, you could create songs like this. I know it's a chord progression and not a melody, but you get the idea.
It's about using a complete macro musical idea and moving it around to create something interesting without changing the shape.
John Williams created one of the most famous melodies of all time by taking a major triad and moving it around melodically.
Outlining a diminished triad, this melody uses the complete shape of a major triad. Let's look at an example using this technique from my own work.
In a series of unfortunate events, I used this technique to create Esme Squalor's theme. Let's listen to the melody without the corresponding harmony. Now, if I take the complete shape of a minor triad and use that to harmonize this melody, you get Esme Squalor's theme. Then, for added spice, I took this whole theme and put it over the rhythmic part from the habanera from Carmen. Now, let's listen to Esme Squalor's theme with all of these parts integrated. Now, what if we go the other way? What if we find a chord we like and turn that into a melody? Let's go back to West Side Story again.
In this example, Lenny has taken an A minor major 7th chord, almost the same one from the beginning of the Mambo, and broken it down and made a melody out of it. Here he combines it with a 2nd chord, D major. The A minor major 7th goes up, and the D major brings us back down again. Another example is Harlem Nocturne by Earl Hagen. In this melodic example, a minor major 9th chord is played slightly out of sequence to create a melody.
Chords can be very useful tools for composers because they are self-balancing units.
If you arpeggiate them and repeat those arpeggios over and over again, you'll hear something resembling the work of Philip Glass. I always wondered why Glass was so fond of the triad. In an interview, he was asked about this and replied the following. I'm paraphrasing here. The beauty of the arpeggiated triad is that it has harmony, rhythm, and melody all in one unit. That is quite profound, and he is most certainly right. His incredibly complex music comes out of the manipulation and combination of these macro musical ideas.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel for more episodes. Also, if there's a melody that you would like me to explore in this series, please leave it in the comments section below. I hope these insights and techniques will help you to create your own $1 million melodies.